Good afternoon. I want to put together here a quick trade rationale video here. So let's have a look at Tesla, kind of figure out why we got in it, what made it kind of stand out, and what gave it the characteristics of potentially being a leader in the next leg up. So let's just first start off by zooming in here and focusing on the price action that started on the 15th of September. It was clearly a sell-off, and then that sell-off found support at a prior gap. So gaps can act as strong support resistance levels. That's where Tesla found its support. Now when a stock finds support at a important level, it usually does not just reverse right away. What follows is a brief consolidation period before it either breaks higher or it breaks lower. So whenever you're coming into any kind of support level or moving into any kind of resistance level, you don't immediately short or immediately, you don't immediately go long or immediately short. That's what amateur traders do. Whenever a stock pulls into support and bounces, has that initial bounce, all that's telling you is that you should start paying attention, and what you could expect the coming days is some sort of consolidation to take place. So now that we came into support and we bounced, we know that we're expecting some sort of consolidation. If we go down to the 30-minute time frame, actually we could probably see better from the daily. You could see that so I always talk about how when you're below these short-term moving averages, when you get finally get that bounce, you initially get that retest of the 20 moving average, and then what follows after that is important. Either it could roll right back over, which it had every opportunity to do so yesterday, or it's going to tighten up the price action like we had right here and then break higher, which is what we got. So it was doing all the things that it needed to do. It was showing a lot of relative strength. If you take a look at this chart, Tesla, and then compare it to QQQ, you can see that QQQ came a lot closer to its lows yesterday, even engulfing the previous 2 days, versus if you take a look at Tesla, it stayed inside of the previous day and didn't come anywhere near those lows. So that's a sign of relative strength, and that's where we want to position ourselves. So if we go down to the 10-minute time frame, we could see this morning, actually we'll go to 30-minute. This morning you could see there was huge volume that came in. This is what originally caught my attention. We also have the short-term moving averages on the 30-minute time frame curling up too, but I never really explained those, so let's just take them off for now. And when we pushed through the base high, if you look at QQQ, you can see that it was still within its base. It's still, it's approaching the highs of it, but it's below it. So just another way to determine relative strength. When the index it's pegged to is still within the basing area and it is breaking out, it is showing clear relative strength versus the broader market. And once again, that's why we want to get involved with these stocks. This is a beautiful representation of why we target stocks showing relative strength. Because if we would have bought, let's say, Apple, it's still in its base. So if we would have bought at the same time as Tesla today, which was around 11, we would be up less than 0.5%. But we bought this stock showing relative strength, and we bought it right here, and it's up almost 3%. So relative strength, very important, very powerful tool. It's the difference between making just some money in the markets and making a ton. So I hope that kind of helped make sense of why we got into Tesla. If you have any questions, as always, feel free to reach out.